Hi, welcome back, Soul Seeker. Today we're going to be talking about the difference between what the ego says and what the soul says. So, when we talk to the ego, we normally hear the answer no. And when we talk to the soul, we normally hear yes. So, the soul definitely is much, much more supportive and loving and kind. And the ego really is a little bit negative and is always pointing out why we can't do things and why there's so many worries attached to the things that we want to do and so many fears and that we shouldn't do what we want to do. So there you have it. That's the difference between the ego and the soul. And, so who is it that you want to listen to? Do you want to listen to that negative ego inside of you, or do you want to listen to your soul energy who says pretty much, whatever you want, I want. Whatever you desire, I desire. So it's a very interesting, different take on your life. When the soul will say, why not? Why can't you do that? Of course you can do that. And I'm here and I'll help you. What I found in my own life, in my own journey, is that anytime I tried to set a goal with my ego, a lot of times the doors kind of slammed shut on me. It just didn't kind of work. And I think because some of those goals were very ego driven, they were much, much more about outcome and, how I was going to benefit from it. And I don't think sometimes that works out so much to our benefit. When you connect to your soul, you really start to have different goals and you have different aspirations and things change a little bit. And you're really more grounded into the present. And you're not really so worried anymore about the future. You're more worried about, well, what is it that I want to do today? Like today, I want to teach you. I want to teach you how to get into the soul energy so that you can benefit from it too. I'm not so concerned about, my own personal welfare as much. I'm not so worried about the things that used to consume and worry me. And that's a huge difference. When you're in the ego versus the soul kind of gives you everything that you've been looking for in the world. So if you're looking for love, in all the wrong places, the soul has love for you. If you're looking for abundance, the soul will bring you to your abundance, to natural abundance, and will make you feel so abundant. You'll realize, you know what? I kind of have a lot. I have a lot now. How much more do I need? Do I really need any more than what I have? I have clothes, I have a roof over my head, and I have food. Do I really need all this excess? And when you feel so loved and full from the soul, you begin to kind of declutter. You kind of realize, you know what, I don't want all this stuff. I don't want so much. But what I really do want is I want to have experiences, and I want to help people, and I want to help people get into this energy so that their lives can improve too. That becomes very, very important for me anyway. That's what has led my soul to, is to teach and to help people really get into this beautiful energy, because I've seen so many people in my practice in so much pain, and to have gone through my own pain too. So this is a much more beautiful way of being in this world. And this world is not easy. It's a very up and down place. And we do have to have a lot of life experiences that sometimes are just really hard and really sad. And, to have the comfort and company of your soul just helps and buffers it and makes you feel like you're never alone. And I think that that's really valuable and really, really important. So when you set a goal and you want to do something new, and it's just kind of like falling into place, like everything's just falling right into place for you, then that's probably a little bit more of a soul goal. It's in line with your soul, and your soul is just opening up those doors for you because you're listening to your soul, so it's not so difficult. When we're in the ego, we have that very cut off, and we're trying to do our lives by ourselves, and we're trying to figure things out. And sometimes, we're only seeing half the picture. The soul will give us all these opportunities. So if I try something with the ego, I might only try one possibility. It doesn't work, so then I give up. With the soul, I might try one thing, it doesn't work, and then my soul might say, hey, try this too. That this could really help you. Give this a shot. Don't forget, and don't give up. So that's a big difference between the ego and soul energy. And the soul energy also just has a lot more resources. If you want to look at it that way, the ego has like one resource and the soul has many, many resources. It's almost like when you're connected to the soul, people, like how people know people and they always seem to like get the best deals or they get the best restaurant reservations, or just because they know people and they're connected, that their lives seem a little bit easier. I think it's the same thing with the soul. When you're connected to the soul, you know people. You know people in very high places, and you know the people that are going to get things done for you. So connecting to this energy is nothing but a benefit, and it is nothing but love. So everything that you're looking for in the world, in other people, can be found within you. You just have to take the time to really sit with you and to really explore this inner vibration, this inner consciousness that lives inside your body. And that is a real big shift. But once you do it and you start to feel this loving energy that comes over you, that will be motivation enough for you to stick with it and to keep trying, because it feels so different and it feels so good and it feels so soothing. I don't think that anybody can soothe you like the soul can. It's just an amazing experience to feel that love come in, and just to know, how loved you are and how connected you are and how safe you are and how valuable in this world you are. So basically everything that the ego has taught you or told you about you or you've learned is not true, especially if it's negative. You can't believe anything that comes from the ego's lips. You just can't. The ego wants to, kind of just pull you down and wants to tell you you're not good enough. I don't think you could ever feel good enough for the ego, but you already are good enough for the soul. That's the difference. It's a huge difference. The ego is going to have you jumping through hoops, and you're still not going to be enough. And it's funny, relationships, when you're in a relationship, we do it to each other. So it's like people can't do enough sometimes in a relationship. They feel like, well, every time I feel like, this person's happy with me, then they're not happy with me again. It's like, I can't do enough for this person. And that's because you're having a relationship with their ego and really not their soul. When we have soul-centered relationships, I think things are going to really change. And I think that we're on the tip of having those kind of relationships, because I don't think that people are enjoying their relationships very much, not from what I can see. That there is a lot of torment and a lot of people not feeling good within these relationships. So I think that the soul is helping us to, change our relationships from the ego need basis to a very soul-guided experience with each other, where we can just be with each other and appreciate each other and take care of our own needs. You don't have to make me feel loved, because I have my soul that makes me feel loved. And you're never going to be able to make me feel loved enough for my ego to settle. It just was never, ever going to happen. And we do that to each other. We kind of put that pressure that you have to love me enough so that I can feel good enough. And that just doesn't happen, because the ego is always going to say you're not good enough, so this person is never going to love you enough. And then the ego is going to point out to you all their flaws, the same way that the ego does to you. So it's a little bit of a lose-lose with an ego-guided relationship. I think we're really on the verge of moving into a much more soul-guided relationship, which is all about, I take care of my needs, and I feel love, and I feel loved, and I know I'm okay, and I sink into myself, and I do what I want to do in my life, and when I look at you, I see the same. That's a very different type of relationship than what we have going right now. So again, two very different voices that live within us. But one we really have been a little bit of a slave to, and one we don't know so well. We just don't know this other voice so well. But when you get to know it, when you bring your soul energy into your life, you you're never going to be the same, and you're never going to look at things the same, and your life is going to change dramatically, and you're going to feel the love that you've been looking for in people and places and things. You're just going to feel it within yourself, and you're going to stop thinking so much. You're not going to be worrying and worrying. All that kind of comes to a stop. Even anxiety gets better. If you're anxious, you're not going to feel so anxious because you're eternal. And the worst thing that can happen is not even so bad. That's my cat. So, we have to really just kind of keep working on striving to feel that soul energy. It's all around us now. I think it's so available to us because we need it to be available to us, that we are in a different time right now where our basic needs are pretty much taken care of, so that we can have the luxury to work on ourselves and evolving ourselves in this way. So I think it's a really exciting time that the spirit world, our soul, has decided to blend more with the human experience, because we need it. We need the help, we need the company, we need the direction, we need the love, we need the beauty. We just need to feel a little bit more of that here, because without it, it's kind of a difficult place to be. So today, just kind of go within and ask your soul energy to sit with you and feel its loving vibration, feel its healing vibration come over your entire body. There's nothing more healing than just sitting in that vibration. Nothing will heal you more, and we can heal ourselves in that vibration. Healers heal, and the vibration that they're in is in that soul energy vibration. So we can heal ourselves. Oh, that's my cat again. We don't have to go to a healer to be healed if we just sit in our soul energy. If you're not feeling your soul energy, then yeah, go to a healer, but believe that they can do it, and then believe you can do it too, because then you have access to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that is a wonderful thing to know that you have access to. And hi, kitty cat. So this little special guest here is Toast, my little cat, she's just a beautiful kitty. We love her very, very much. Right, Toasty? You want to say hi to everybody? Can you say hi? Who's that? Say hi to everybody. So I hope that helps, and please leave me any comments, questions, or anything that you'd like to talk about, or anything you'd like for me to talk about, and have a wonderful soul-guided day today.